Today we are going to discuss how you can manage the rule control in PostMaster. Before starting with, let us discuss what rule control can help us in PostMaster. Rule control is a powerful feature that lets you change the group or the user level settings of many groups or users with minimal effort. Say for example, if you want to introduce the mailbox quota of all the users in your organization, you do not have to edit individual user and set the quota. What you can do is, if you use the rule control, then you can change the quota settings of all the users in a single operation. Similarly, to enable other features or multiple features for your users, you can use the rule control. So, let us just see how this feature is being used in PostMaster. So, to start with, let's log in into PostMaster as a web admin. Once you have logged in, you have to go to PostMaster, manage accounts, and from here rule control. Under rule control you have three options, that is user rule manager, group rule manager and user group manager. So we will be discussing each of the options individually. Let's start with user rule manager. As you can see, under user rule manager settings, the property which you can set for all the users mentioned below are for your PME core, PME mail and PME calendar. So, under PME core, the property that you can change for the users are this. Say for example, let us select PME calendar. Okay. So, under PME calendar, these users have been given rights to use the PME calendar. What about these users? So, let us select these users, select enable to and click on confirm. Let us check. Alright, so these two users has been given the PME calendar rights as well. All this you can do through rule control. So, you individually do not have to edit all these users. Say if you have 2 or 3 users, you can directly do it through rule control. Similarly, you can set other fields as well. For PME mail as well, you can use the property which can be changed for the users are this. Similarly, for our PME mail, the way we have done it, you can do the same for your PME mail as well. Next, you have PME calendar rights. So, the properties are this. So, you can select the users and set the properties. So, we are done with the user rule manager. Next, come to group rule manager. Now, under group rule manager, the settings that you can do is for individual users group settings you can do. Let us see how it looks like. Say if you go to users, user manager, edit any of the user, go to PME mail, group. So, all these fields under this group of the user, you can do it through the rule control. So, let us close it and go to rule control. So, under group rule manager, you have the property which can be changed are PME mail, that is the property which you can change is this options. So, this group rule manager would help you to change the group settings of individual users that you have. Say for example, if I select say quota size, say I want to change this to 1000 KB for my user Wilson. So, I can do it from here. Similarly, for your PME mail as well, if you want to set this protocols for your users, you can do it. Next, the same thing applies for your PME calendar as well. If you want to give the options that is date restricted or time restricted, you can select multiple users from here. So, we are done with second options as well. Now, third option is user group manager. So, under user group manager, you can set the rule type for your PME mail, PME web and PME calendar. The difference between group rule manager and user group manager is the group rule manager helps you to change the settings under the group of the user, whereas in your user group manager, any user who is mapped to a group over there the settings can be changed. So, let us say what we have got in PME mail is change to say I want to change the users. So, I will select the users QLC. Let us select this user. So, I am putting this users under the group QLC. So, this property would change my group settings that I have done from here, group manager. This would get reflected when the user is mapped under any group. So, as you can see, John Smith is already mapped to QLC. So, I will select this too. Alright, so they have been put under the group QLC. So, the user properties or the group properties that I have set for my group QLC will now be same for these two users. Next, you have PME web as well. You can do the same thing as well. Then you have PME calendar. So, if you want to put this user under PME calendar group, you can do the same as well. Say for this I have selected, so I will put Wilson and say John Smith under PME calendar group. So, we have successfully now know how this rule control in PostMaster can be used to do the various settings without individually editing each user and putting each user under the group manager or the group rule manager or user rule manager. Hope this was very simple for you to understand. As usual, if you have any problem, you can give us a call back or write to us at support@qlc.in. Thank you.